Hey guys, welcome back to episode 42 of Thinktwice, the magic and pop culture show hosted by me, Justin Parnell, and my co-host, in the flesh, in the same room,
Ollie Antarazzi. Right?
That's you. That's you.
Am I introducing myself, or are you going to introduce me?
I was kind
of like waiting.
I was giving you a long build-up.
Okay.
I thought it would be more fun.
All right, well, I was
but
like,
then you just ruined it.
well, I was waiting. I was like, am I supposed
Or
to go
maybe you made it better. I don't know.
I think better. I mean, I always make it better.
Well, you are here.
I am here.
We're here today together because, as we're going to talk about,
the way it's meant to be.
The way it is meant to be. The way we could, if we could choose to do it like this every time,
we do it every time.
Yeah, but we can't. So we're going to take this opportunity to record Thinktwice. We got our mic set up directly in the middle of it, which you can see the aura of the microphone. Or if you can, if you're listening, there's no mic, and just imagine that this is the best recording studio you've ever seen.
You forgot. We named him Steve. The Mike's name is Steve, so please don't call him Mike. He gets offended.
No, Mike's his middle name. His dad's name is Steve. He doesn't like to go by his dad's name.
Yeah, let's not do that. It's okay, Steve.
No, he doesn't.
No, his name is Steve. He told me his name is Steve.
Yeah, his first name is Steve.
Right.
But his last name... Well, his last name doesn't matter. His middle name is Mike.
Oh, man, I forgot. Man, I'm sorry, Mike.
See, now
I've
it's probably going to crap out on us. He's going to leave. Anyway, so this is the part where we talk about what we did last week.
Yeah. Last week.
We were both in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, we were both in Atlanta. I remember now. I forgot for a second, yes.
However, neither of us were doing anything fun, even though SCG Atlanta was going on in Atlanta.
Yeah, neither of us was playing Magic. I was actually working a festival.
Yes.
It was my first time actually doing my own...
Going it alone.
Yeah. Overall, I would give it a solid B for the experience.
Now, is this a B through F or through the whole alphabet?
A through F.
Okay.
It was like, the location kind of sucked, but like, so basically what I was doing, I was at a carnival/festival. I was at Inman Park selling food like gyros and hot dogs, hamburgers.
You show me were those corn dogs your corn dogs?
They were.
That you showed me? There's a nice shot of corn dogs. I like that. I like that a lot.
I got down there and
I'd buy those corn dogs.
Thank you.
I would.
So I was doing that. And and then it was like hit or miss because like we were near the Porta Johns, and the Porta Johns really, 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 really fancy. It was like a
fancy Porta John. You know they call fancy Porta Johns?
Porta Johns?
Yeah, that's what they call them.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It kind of sucked being that close to the restroom as a food vendor, but we still managed to do pretty well.
Yeah.
Overall, so
yeah.
Everyone was paid. I made money, so it was
that's good. I mean, that's the reason for the season, right? That's why you're there.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
what about you?
I was also in Atlanta. I was at SCG Atlanta, so a lot of you, probably at least a handful of you, specifically 4 of you, because 4 of you told me that you listened to Thinktwice, which made both of my days. Whenever I heard that was like the best thing. 4 people, which is great. It doesn't sound like a lot, but man, if you guys ever see us in person, I promise. If you tell us that you like this podcast, that's the best thing we're going to hear all weekend. I promise.
Yeah, it's like our pet project. It's like a pet project and a road project. Like, yeah. When I say pet, I don't mean like it's the pet you love. Just because it's your pet project.
As opposed to a pet that you hate.
Well, I'm saying like pet project might make someone think like, oh, it's not that important to you.
No, it is. So, but it's different than if someone comes up and is like, hey, I love Commander Versus. It's like, oh, thank you, man. But don't get me wrong. I still love hearing that. But like, everyone knows me from Commander Versus. Like everyone's like, if someone's like, oh, Ollie, I read your set review on Gathering Magic. You're like, cool, thanks, man. Thanks for reading. But then if someone comes and like Thinktwice, it's like, oh man, this guy or this girl is like, this is our like passion project.
Right. Yeah. This is like us. There's no big poster.
There's not Star City Games or Gathering Magic behind us.
Full Stuff Inc. Yeah,
exactly.
It's just us, and then Choi back here somewhere.
Yeah, he's in the background looming.
Director Che.
But we had the question of the week last week, which is a big one.
It was.
Is Dominaria the greatest set in Magic's history? I said yes. 36% of people agreed with me. You said no. 44% of people agreed with you. I felt like that's pretty close.
I think it's close too. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually kind of surprised that
36%.
that I won. No, that I won.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought it was a surprise. I mean, well, when you think about it like this, there's like, let's pretend that there's 45 sets in Magic. There's more than that.
Right.
But let's pretend there's 45 sets, right? So every other set would have gotten
Overall,
1%.
you won. Yeah, I got you.
Well, remember,
I'll explain it.
I did this. Yeah, I did the same thing when we were talking about the master sets.
Right, but honestly, like not as far as arguing goes, but like who won what. But I'm saying like I honestly thought Dominaria was going to win overall.
Oh, did you?
I did, but
I think it's honestly I was surprised that as much people voted for it being the best set because it just came out like literally just last weekend. So it's like people you don't have the feel for it yet, but like I think as we go along, people are going to realize like how awesome and like game changing, not for just like standard or other formats, but just like for Magic as a whole.
In general.
Yeah,
just playability, everything.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
It is awesome. And we'll delve more in Dominaria later, but this is.
So before we get to our first segment, we want to give a shout out to everyone that is listening to us on one of our any of our great platforms: SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, now Stitcher by popular demand. And if you're listening on one of those platforms, which obviously you are, if you're hearing our voices right now or seeing our faces, please be sure to leave us a review. That's actually the thing that helps us the most to get our name out there, especially for like iTunes and SoundCloud, or Stitcher. If you can do that, it creates a lot more visibility for the podcast, so we can have more people come up to us at events and say that they enjoy listening to it. Because those of you that are listening right now, I promise, the more people listen to it, the better we're going to be able to make this.
Absolutely.
So,
I got one question for you, though.
Yeah.
Did you stitch her back together with Threshold? Not Threshold?
Only cast it with Threshold. That's ridiculous.
Just get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So Sarah back in play with Threshold.
Yeah, obviously, it's always with Threshold.
Okay.
Why would I even be playing it without Threshold?
Just gotta make sure.
Okay, so anyway, but let's move on to our first segment. So, Ollie, you and I are going to take a quick break. And when we return, we're going to talk the event we're both very excited about, the team event, SCG Baltimore.
Okay, so we're back with more team events. This is why I'm here.
That is why you're here. Spoiler alert. Ollie has made his way north to Roanoke, Virginia, where we are now, and we're going to be going north further tomorrow to Baltimore.
Yes. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to go and play the team event again.
I'm also excited.
Yeah, it's pretty great. This is the reason why I'm here. Besides, obviously, just being
Yeah, we get to spend time together, which is always nice in person.
Yeah.
But so the last two team events we had a ringer. And Steve Mann.
We had Mr. Mann.
We don't have Steve Mann this time.
Yeah, today we're taking Mr. Mike with us.
We're not taking Mr. Mike.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mike. Who are we taking?
We are we're essentially pulling somebody out of retirement to team with us. We are teaming with a former I don't even know, man.
Former really good player.
Really good
North Carolina player.
North Carolina PTQ boss.
Orrin Beasley.
Who is he played last weekend to shake off the rust at GP Columbus.
Yeah.
But he used some teamates.
Some stepping stones.
Some stepping stone teammates to get to us because he was like, I really need to warm up for these guys.
Yeah.
So last week he was forced to play with Pat Cox and Luis Scott Vargas.
Yeah. Thankfully,
but those scrubs.
Yeah, we'll carry him on the.
Yeah, but thank goodness he was able to just play with them and just shake the rust off. So he's gonna be good to go for this weekend.
Yes. Orrin's actually going to be on Modern. Usually I've been on Modern.
Normally for the team events, but you're going back to your favorite format.
My roots.
Yeah, your roots. Yeah, but you're not playing the card roots. It's not very good. I don't think it's legal in Standard either. So that's good.
That'd be bad.
You can't play it in Modern. It's legal.
All right, well,
do you know what Roots is?
No.
It doesn't matter.
I know Root
It's a green. It's a green enchantment. It's awful.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah. So Standard. So I think this is kind of this is the I don't say new format, But it's like it's kind of been like the forgotten child of competitive Magic for the last year and a half.
Oh yeah,
right?
it's been like the parents just threw it in the closet, closed the door, and like, go away, child. Or I guess that's harsh. They told it to go.
That's like
go,
Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah, they told it to go play outside and close the door and said, "Don't come back in until it's dark." Is that better?
Yeah, don't go back in until it's dark.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay,
that's better. But Dominaria, as we talked about, has kind of infused new life into Standard. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. And excitement, yeah.
So this is the second team event for the SCG Tour, which is they haven't done Standard events on kind of the pro circuit yet. Like there's been a lot of Magic Online events where you can play Standard, and it seems like, based on last week's results from SCG Atlanta, from Magic Online Metagame, which is really the only two things we have to go off of.
Yeah.
That there are cards from Dominaria that seem to be more powerful than others that are seeing play early and often.
Yes. The hero himself, Teferi, is aptly named Hero of Dominaria because he is the hero we needed to punch the Scarab God in the face and send him backpacking.
That's right. That's right.
That's what Teferi's done. He's punched the Scarab God in the face and sent him backpacking.
Yeah. Teferi is getting some backup with other excellent blue and white cards.
Yes.
Raf Capuchin, Seal Away.
That card I thought was good, but I did not realize how good it was. The card is really good.
Yeah.
Raf is like, I don't know if you guys how old you guys are, but if you remember Plumeveil was a card that cost triple blue or triple white. It had flash. It came into play as a 4/4 and had defender, so you couldn't attack with it. But it was used as like a removal spell, and then it was just stuck around that block later. Like Raf is kind of like this way, but he costs one more, and like obviously less power and toughness, but he can attack and he gives everything else in your deck usually
essentially
flash.
if you build your deck around
Correctly.
Raf.
Yeah, or not correctly, but yeah,
around Raf. And Raf gives historic spells, which are sagas, legendaries, which could be creatures, planeswalkers, artifacts, whatever.
Yeah.
And just artifacts in general. So that's going to be, again, always saying if you're building your deck around it, that's the rest of your deck that's not lands.
Yes. But even if you had a legendary land, you could not play it on your opponent's turn.
That's right.
Just FYI.
That's right.
But still, he's still just so good. Like people are playing him. Like you can like flash in History of Benalia to make a knight instant speed to block. You can flash in a Lyra Dawnbringer to blow out your opponent. Like if you have Plumeveil, the 4/4 flash defender was a good blocker.
Yeah.
Lyra's insane. Like
yeah, Baneslayer Angel.
yeah,
Baneslayer Angel with flash, and that's a hell of a curve because you can literally like end a turn, Raf. It's like all right. If your opponent doesn't have, like, if they just go attack, it's like, well, if you don't have a removal spell, and a flash in this Baneslayer Angel, kill your creature and gain 5 life, the game's probably over.
Yeah. I mean, they gained Seal Away, they gained Wrath, they gained Mortal Genius, they gained Teferi, they gained Syncopate, they gained
Wizard's Retort.
Like
Blink of an Eye. Yeah. I mean,
Lyra,
it's a lot of these. Even
History of Benalia,
even Karn.
Karn, yeah. I mean, so many tools from one set, and that's just like, man, it just took SCG Atlanta by storm
and dominated the online metagame for the most part.
Yes, yes.
Not dominated as much, but it was the most prevalent deck record-wise that placed well.
Yes, yep. And that's crazy. Coming from like a mono red / Scarab God / World of Virtuoso type deck.
Yeah, I mean, and the craziest part about all of this is, and you and I were talking about this a little bit before we started recording, but mono red, the mono red deck from last week that people were playing online, not a good matchup for mono red against blue white.
No,
which is crazy. That should be the deck that preys on blue white.
Yeah,
but because so many people cut On-Crop Crashers and Sunscorched Deserts for Goblin Chain Whirler.
Mistake.
They're trading like 5 damage a game, 5 to 8 damage a game.
They're trading Reach for a creature that's good against mid-range deck.
Well, So if you think that you're like, oh, I'm going to play against Landwar Elves, Goblin Chain Warlord is great.
Yeah, or the mirror match, like it kills Earthshare Kindred on the mirror match and stuff.
Yeah, it does, but that sounds like a sideboard card to me, doesn't it?
I agree. I
mean, you and I last week, we were like, we think this, not last week, 2 weeks ago, we think the card is overhyped.
Yeah, I think it's a sideboard card, or
it's a great sideboard card.
Yes,
it's an exceptional
absolutely.
Sideboard card.
Yeah, or if the metagame is at the point where people are playing a bunch of X1s in their decks, like Landwar Elves and Earthshare Kindred or the green or Resilient Kindred. So when you play, you can like 2-for-1 or 3-for-1 your opponent, and then like the 3-1 strike actually really matters. Then yes. But that metagame has to be. That metagame isn't this. Blue white is not the metagame.
And it's also a very specific metagame.
Yes. So
that metagame, you're not going to get to that point. Like there's no scenario where Wrath, Lyra, Teferi, Seal Away are not outrageously powerful cards.
Yeah.
There's not a metagame where that's not a tier 1 deck, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not always going to be the best deck.
No, but tier 1, yeah.
It's going to be. I mean, this is a deck you have to look out for until the next set comes out. Period.
I mean, absolutely. It's just a good set. And the thing is, like, back in my day, when someone said blue eye control,
what was this?
This was like me going shoveling. I don't know.
Back in your day when you were shoveling.
You know,
okay.
I got it.
That's fine.
All right,
it's fine.
So when we said I was playing, when I say I'm playing blue eye control meant you're playing one deck, and like I knew 70 cards every 75, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you're figuring out what tech cards does he have this week.
Yeah, but the stock is stock. Like there's no such thing as two different blue eye control decks.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We have
There's 3 different ones.
There's 3 different blue eye control decks. There's blue white historic or flash, which is like the one with Wrath, Tissue Benalia, Lyra,
Merfolk Trickster.
That's
a bunch of card we didn't name earlier.
Walking Ballista. Then we have blue white control, which is just like Gear Hulk, bunch of counter spells.
Kind of hardline control. Still Teferi.
Yeah, but
Teferi's in all of these.
Yeah, Teferi's in all of them. That's the one common thing.
Yep.
And then the other one is blue white approach, and that's just like, man. And they're all tier 1. All 3 of these are tier 1.
They are right now, and you have to attack them in different ways.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
like
very difficult.
Yeah, two of them, Duress and hand instruction is very good, and then Duress is not so good against
the flash deck. It's just like you Duress them, and you're like, oh, you got Wrath and Lyra, and a wizard's retort.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like
I guess I'll get that wizard's retort, but
yeah,
I better find an answer for these other creatures, or you're just gonna kill me with them.
It's that same feeling. I'm sure you guys have had it where you've Duressed the Grixis player, and they show you a glint sleeve siphoner or a World of Virtuoso, and you're like, this Duress,
that's what I'm dying to do. Yeah.
Yep, you Duress, I'll just discard a card or whatever.
So, but people need to go back to Encore Crasher, right?
Absolutely. I think Encore Pressure is just more damage.
Here's the litmus test for Mono Red. Ollie, what do you not want to see?
I don't want to see Encore Pressure.
And that's what you play.
Like
that's just the easiest thing.
Yeah, if I see Chain Whirler, that's fine.
It's like, all right, I'll take one.
Yeah, Encore Pressure, it's like
that's as much as you're gonna get me for.
Like Chain Whirler, I can chump block with like my history of tokens or whatever I want. I can chump block it, right?
Yeah.
I cannot chump block Encore Pressure because it literally says target creature can't block when it attacks if it wants to. Like,
well, the thing is, like, the deck is designed in a way to where it encourages you to play things that says you can't block because you have Earthshaker Kendra.
Yeah.
And then haste creatures.
Yeah.
This is the card you want. It's literally all the text on the card that says it.
Yeah.
Just play that card. What do you like? Stop like messing around with this Chain Whirler. Like, I understand what they're trying to do. I get it.
The only way
on paper, Goblin Chain Whirler is a more powerful card.
Yeah, but
on paper it doesn't matter because metagames exist.
Yeah, exactly.
And you need to pay attention to them, especially if you're playing Mono Red when you're operating in a pretty narrow space.
Yes. Yeah. Like the reason we gave it, or I personally gave it a lower rating than other people is because the card it replaced was Encore Crasher. Like your other option was Hazoret, not possible.
Yep.
Rekindling Phoenix, Chandra, like you can lower your curve by cutting those cards. Those cards are so good,
and they provide a lot of reach from a lot of different angles.
They've reached like one's like almost unkillable as flying, and it's all gun defense, which is Phoenix. Chandra has reach and card advantage. Like it's like you can play these, but like they take away some of your reach. Like Chandra can easily do like 6 damage opponent.
Yeah. I mean, so okay. So the answer now, the thing is, people aren't going to stop playing mono red.
No, they're not. It's
People
fine.
know blue white's good.
Yeah.
There's also there's a lot of other decks that are still viable that people are still figuring out. There's a lot of monocolored decks that people are still figuring out. Not just mono red, but mono black, mono green, mono white.
Yeah.
Definitely
Mono
saw
blue.
some mono.
There's someone on blue too.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
All of the three color,
Lord type. Guys.
all of the monocolored lords are all powerful, which is again why Ollie and I thought that Goblin Chainwhirler is at the bottom because it's not spawning an archetype. The archetype exists and it narrowly fits in.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the rest, and along with that, there's still a lot to be explored in Dominaria, and all of these decks are going to prominently feature Dominaria cards. The only one that doesn't is mono red because you had the best core. So, in my opinion, based on what I have seen, because I was able to watch a lot of matches when I was at Atlanta last week, Black, I think, is going to be the best position going forward, at least into this week and maybe beyond. You have discard spells, you have sizable threats that they not necessarily must answer, but eventually.
Yeah, I mean, Siphoners must answer.
Yeah, I mean, Dreadshade, if you're playing mono black, that's a must answer, right?
Yeah, it does.
And then you have removal that also gains you life. So it's the color that does the best kind of fighting against aggressive decks while still removing their creatures because it gives you that extra little cushion.
Absolutely, yeah. And the life gain is in Moment of Craving, Vraska's Contempt, and some of the decks maybe Battle of the Bridge. But mostly Vraska's Contempt, and then secondary Moment of Craving.
Yeah,
but those are huge.
Yeah, but Battle of the Bridge. I mean, if there's a Karn or Tezzeret deck,
absolutely.
I mean, that's going to be one of the best cards in that deck, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
Or that or Christian Scriptures or Karn or I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean but Battle of the Bridge, even though it's like number 3 on removal life gain spells,
it's one of the biggest ones. It's like one of the hugest wings.
It has the highest upside.
Yeah, we battle for.
The other two gain you 2 life. Period. That one almost always gains you more than 2.
Yeah, I think
it costs more mana, but
it does improvise, which is relevant.
That's true. That's true.
I think it's the one that'll see the least amount of play.
But, for
but
sure.
It has
it's the narrowest
upside.
Yeah. So
I agree with you. I think black is the deck, the color to watch out for, or the best position. It's just gonna be hard to find the right balance, the right deck for it.
Yeah.
I also think people are very slowly developing Llanowar Elf.
Yes.
I think we're just now seeing little lists of like. I think people think red green monsters, and now maybe they're trying Jundish colors. But guys, like, I mean, we said turn 2 the Steel Leaf Champion is good, but I mean, so is like turn 3 Chandra or just, and it's not that hard. Like,
yeah, there's I mean, we didn't see much of Llanowar Elf week 1. Yeah. I still believe this is the best card in Dominaria.
Llanowar Elf, yeah, it is.
Not non-land card.
Non-land card, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is like, it's weird because it's like it's not beating you over the head with power, but it is. It just doesn't look like it.
You don't realize it, man. But like when someone plays a turn like a 3-drop on turn 2, like let's say a Nissa Steward of Elements or a Steel Leaf Champion or what have you on turn 2, it's like and especially if they're on the play, like
you have to answer it immediately.
That could be the game.
If you don't have an answer, so oftentimes is.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah. So, where does the format go from here after we've seen week 1 where we have blue-white dominate?
I think blue-white's going to continue to be.
I mean, you outlined 3 different strategies, so
yeah, blue-white's going to be the deck to watch out for, but I would not sleep on monster decks with like
Llanowar Elf. Yeah.
Llanowar Elf, like monster decks where they're here we come before a little bit, but guys, they're going to come back with a vengeance, especially. Like the card also that you should watch out for or play even is Hardikiran. Hardikiran is a great card. It dodges Seal Away. Yeah. It dodges Cast Down because it's legendary.
Yep.
It's a very hard card to kill for Blue Control. It's definitely it also attacks through Wrath. The only creature that doesn't attack through is Lyra, but again, this thing only costs 2 mana, so that's definitely a card you should keep an eye on.
Which actually brings me to my next point. The deck that had the most success against blue-white was like the black-red vehicles-esque deck. Mm-hmm. Where it was a Heart of Kiran, and then you just had efficient creatures and removal.
Yeah, I think people should I'm not sure if it's broken out yet or not, but black-white historic. Just playing black-white with like vehicles, History Gauntlet, Lord of Luxury. There's a bunch of stock, good black-white cards that are all vehicles, Heart of Kieran, all that stuff.
I saw a deck a person over the weekend that was playing. I don't know if it was black-white historic specifically, but it was black-white with all of those cards plus like treasure map and Karn.
And Scrappy Scrounger probably.
I don't think they played Scrappy Scrounger. They were a little more control-y.
Okay. Well, I think an aggressive one was going to be good. Scrap Heap, Heart of Kieran, Benalia, all that stuff.
I mean, honestly, if you're even playing like 8 to 12 artifacts, Karn is probably good enough.
I was playing Karn by itself in a Bent Walker deck,
yeah,
and just going Karn minus. The next turn, playing Karn minus. Like that's like you have 3/3s, and that's just I have no other artifacts. Like, do you have other artifacts?
If you have a Heart of Kieran and a Scrapper and like a treasure token, you're making 4/4s and 5/5s.
It's disgusting. Yeah, it's gross.
And then you still have Karn to hang around to draw you cards.
Yeah. It's Karn's really good.
Karn is good. I think we also haven't. Karn is kind of weird because you can look at it and you can see how powerful it is, right?
Right.
But you can't see the full potential until you have a deck that actually is taking advantage of it.
The artifact,
yeah. And it doesn't take much. If you have literally between 8 and 12 artifact cards in your deck, that card is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
It's even just really good if you have 4 to 6.
Yeah.
But if you have more than that, it gets really crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he's also just good by himself. He's just good.
Sure.
Yeah, obviously, I'm saying he's really good. Karn will see more play than Teferi overall, I believe. I think
Ultimate.
In standard.
Well, it's colorless versus a 2-color card.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it definitely will. He's a great card, and his loyalty is also high too.
Low casting cost, high loyalty.
No,
that's a good recipe for success generally with Planeswalkers.
Yeah, and he kind of reminds me a little bit of almost like Gideon. Obviously he's not Gideon out of his any card good, but when you're pairing him with Scrappy Scrounger.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure actually. He could be that good.
I don't know that he's not.
Yeah, maybe he is that good. But when you're pairing it with Scrappy Scrounger, Heart of Kieran, maybe Harvest, Aether Spirit, Harvester, whatever you're pairing it with, basically the Mardu deck, but just 2 colors, 3 colors, whatever.
Yeah.
That's and then Toolcraft Exemplar, you guys can play Mardu again or red or
red white
or red
black red white
whatever.
red yeah. Some combination of the Mardu colors.
Absolutely,
sure.
Absolutely.
With black red, you do get unlicensed disintegration, which is
fantastic,
really powerful.
Yeah,
yeah. So what else are we seeing in this format going forward? Do you think?
So besides Land War Elf in these new vehicle decks, I think we will see. I think the best monocolored lords are Dreadshade and the blue one. I think the blue one's really good too. I slept on the blue one. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was Tempest Edition.
Tempest Gen, yeah.
I thought he wasn't that great. He's mono blue, but
it's hard to kill.
He's hard to kill. His evasion is huge.
Yeah.
And blue got a lot of good tools this set. You can very easily curve from Baral into some bunch of counter magic. You have blink into the blink.
Blink of an eye.
Blink of an eye. You have Glimmer of Genius. You have that thing. You have Memorial to Genius. You have just a bunch of tools to balance or counter, and you have syncopate any way you want. I think that's something to watch out for. I also think Mono Black actually is something to watch out for. I've been playing on MG Arena.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to talk about things like I was saying, black is well positioned. Play all the black.
Yeah.
You get all the cards.
Yeah, I was playing MG Arena. I was like, hey, this looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm doing well, but it's MTG Arena. Maybe it's not as good.
It's kind of hard to determine.
But playing against there now, it's Cabal Stronghold isn't Cabal Coffers, but
feels like it sometimes.
It's good. Yeah,
feels like it sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to sell me on Mono Black.
Obviously.
In fact, it's difficult for sometimes. I'm biased sometimes, so it's this looks great. I want to play Mono Black.
Yeah.
It's sometimes I'm tricked into thinking it's good when it's not.
Yeah. So I think that there's also a bunch of other super decks. There's still the combo deck from Amonkhet Block, which was the cycle combo deck with new perspectives. I think people are still sleeping on. I still believe there's some deck with Thran Temporal Gateway there has to be something with that card. Maybe you don't go all in on it, but there's like Whirlwind Invention 2 if you want to tutor up. You can do different ways. I also believe there's a Esper Solar Flare type deck with like Baral, Gonti, Champion of Wits, and like and then your reanimate spell you go with
Yawgmoth's Vile Bargain.
Absolutely.
Yawgmoth's Vile Offering.
Yeah. Like the curve of like going Baral into Champion of Wits, discarding like a Bolus. This is me Magic Christmas Land, but like discarding Bolus next turn, since you have Baral turn 4, kill a creature, your opponent's best creature or Planeswalker, then give back Bolus.
Yeah, well, back Bolus is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's not Bolus, like get back Liliana Death Majesty. Kill your opponent's best creature or
that's a good
Planeswalker.
curve. Baral, Champion of Wits.
Vile
Offering.
Yeah. I mean, that's just... That card is so good. That card is such a
really
huge
powerful.
swing.
It's very powerful. Very powerful.
Yeah, and Baral is actually a great one for it to go into.
All right, one more question for Standard.
Yep.
How many hours before the tournament before you decide on the deck list?
I don't know. You know right now that I'm honestly torn. I do
now.
How many deck lists have I showed you?
Like 6?
Yes. Yeah. Well, we're eating them like here. Look at this. Here, look at this.
And 6.
Look
That
at
was
this one.
And that was when we're not even. That's like during dinner when I'm just like going through deck lists.
And it's like 6 different. It's not the same deck over and over again. It's
there
like
were 2 that were similar, or two that were similar.
Yeah, they're still like 20 cards different.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah. So I'm still torn. Man, I wish
we have 24. We have a full 24 hours from when we're recording now to figure it out.
Yeah. And real quick, I did tweet about team opens being like, I wish there were more stand opens, but team opens are great too. I understand why they're great.
You don't say that because I'm right here, man.
No, it's true, man. Like I'm just here talking, and I'm like, team opens are great. Because like I can talk about my decks, and I know he's interested. Like Justin's interested. He's interested.
Oh yeah, legitimately, yeah.
But I can't help. I can't help but feel it's like it's a little more because we're about to battle together. So
don't make that face.
You gotta look a little harder. But yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
So speaking of the rest of the tournament, Orange going to be playing Modern, obviously, by process of elimination.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what he's going to... I probably should... It's his choice
to say,
so I'm not going to say what he's going to say.
I'm going to play... I don't know what I'm going to play. I'm going to play Brainstorm, Delver of Secrets, Deathrat Shaman, and Force of Will. I'm going to play other cards around those.
Seems like a good choice.
Yeah.
I've heard Brainstorm is a pillar of the format. I've heard Deathrat Shaman is a pillar of the format. So is Force of Will. And Delver's just a good card.
Yeah, they're some of the best ones.
Yeah.
Ever in Magic. So I'm gonna play as many of those as I can in the same game.
What do you think is more important? Never mind. Legacy. I'll say Brainstorm. Yeah.
Brainstorm.
Okay.
Brainstorm. Next question.
Brainstorm or Delver Secrets?
Brainstorm. Is this still the answer?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's Brainstorm. In case anyone was wondering, if you haven't heard me say this on this podcast yet, maybe you're a new listener or don't follow me on Twitter or have never talked to me in person. Brainstorm should go. If you want to fix Legacy, if you think it's broken, Brainstorm. This is the card you talk about. Don't talk about other cards. Don't talk about banning Deathrat Shaman, or don't talk about banning Tabernacle, or any of this other crap.
I've also heard some...
Brainstorm is the card that needs to go, okay?
Yeah.
Get rid of that, then we can talk.
I also heard some...
A real conversation.
I also heard some silly things of, let's ban fetch lands.
Get out. That's not going to happen. Too many decks use fetch lands for good.
You can't ban fetch lands. Like
no, it's not.
They're not the problem. The problem is the Brainstorm.
Well, they actually are the problem, but that's not going to happen. I'm not going to ban 10 fetch lands.
Yeah, you can't. Remember, you can't ban those. You can't ban those.
So that's the
Brainstorm.
Thing. Like,
you can't.
Not everyone is using fetch lands for evil. The people that are using fetch lands for evil are the ones that are casting Brainstorm with fetch lands. That's it.
It's true.
And then people are like, oh, you can use Deathrat Shaman. Man, let me tell you. If you're not doing all 3 fetch land, Brainstorm, Deathrat Shaman, that's the unholy trifecta. Okay,
it's a Triforce. Triforce of courage.
It is the Triforce of dastardliness.
And
look, I'm playing it. I'm not like I'm team bad guy, which is fine. I get it. But
you're team bad guy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm playing a blue-black Delver deck. I'll figure out the other color. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
Just play straight blue-black.
I have done that before.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just get more. Then I just played like crap, like more Spell Pierces and Dismembers. Okay. Just like other good cards.
Do you play Yawgmoth Spell Offering?
No, I don't think I
do. All right, I'm off it. Off it.
Off it? Okay. We're off this segment. Anything else, Ollie?
No, I'm good.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, the aptly named Magic Story, Return to Dominaria, Episode 8.
Woo.
To start us off, Ali, as we said last week, we're getting rid of the Return to Dominaria, blah, 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 Episode 8.
No more episode.
New title.
All right.
I named it last week.
So it's my turn now, right?
It's your turn.
All right.
Well, we'll alternate till we're done with the story.
All right. This one's Return to Dominaria. Grandma Got Game.
Okay. All right. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
So that's where we're going with.
I was going to go Looty Looty coming for that booty.
That doesn't make sense, though.
What? It
kind of does, I guess.
It does. It's Mother Looty.
All right, wait. Let's not spoil it for them. I guess
You're right. If you're whatever.
You're spoiled.
We can't spoil it. We didn't print the cards. Someone else printed the cards, okay?
It's true. Looty Looty coming for that booty is pretty good, though. I like that it rhymes.
Yeah.
But I like Grandma Got Game, too.
They're both good.
Right.
Yours has alliteration. Mine has rhyming.
All right. So, Grandma Got Game.
So, tell us what happened.
So, the story refocuses back on Chandra.
Which I'd like.
Yeah. And she's like, man, this, I know you're not leaving the Gatewatch. I know you're just mad, but it hurt my feelings. Because obviously Chandra has feelings for Nissa. She
loves Nissa.
She loves Nissa.
She loves Nissa.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah. And then Nissa planeswalked away in like a very mean way. Chandra wants to get stronger, right? What she wants. She goes to planeswalks to Ragatha, I believe is the plane.
Regatha.
Yeah. That's where like where she's been before, and she's practiced her fire magic, and she has a plan this time. This time she has a plan. Instead of listening to,
and she keeps saying, she's like, Gideon, I got a plan. I'm telling you. I know you can't hear me, but I got a plan.
Yeah, and it's funny too because this is how I imagine a red mage's plan is. In their heads, like they're so passionate. Like it's a great plan. It's
a plan. I got one this time. Don't tell me I don't have a plan.
yeah. So her plan is to no longer listen to Grandma Looty, but instead to ignore her and find a real powerful planeswalker named Jaya who can help her with her powers. Yeah. So she goes to the Carol. Is it Carol Keep?
Yeah, the Carol Keep.
Yeah, and she goes to steal Jaya's goggles. And she just, I like how she justifies it within herself. She's like, I'm taking these, but I'm going to give them back to Jaya anyways. They're going back to home, so it's not really stealing. But when she's doing this, Ludi's back there like, Jaya, what are you doing? She's not Jaya. Chandra, what are you doing? Chandra's like, it's not what it looks like. And
what does it look like?
Ludi's like, I don't know what it looks like. I'm just asking, what are you doing? She's like, I'm taking these to Jaya to help teach me, blah, blah. Ludi's like, you don't need Jaya. And Chandra's like,
don't come into business, devil woman.
She flies. She leaves. So then she goes back to Dominaria to try to find Chandra. She tracks her to Argivia, where everyone's like nervous because the kobolds are like trained to Prosh.
First of all, kobolds are O1s.
Yeah. Well, they're scared of Prosh, I guess.
Yeah, they're scared of Prosh.
Yeah, which is funny. I love the part where like the kobolds are like, we love Prosh. Prosh loves us.
We love Prosh. Prosh honors us. It's like
by eating you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great.
That was the best part. That was my best part of the story.
Right. So she goes there. She helps stop Prosh, and she goes to.
I mean, she stops the kobolds.
He stops the kobolds. Which is I guess going to stir up Prosh.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, so do you know where Jaya is? He's like, I don't know. I think she's. Went towards Yavimaya or blah, blah, blah. Yeah. She's like, okay. So she walks for like 5 days, finally gets to Yavimaya, and she's like, how am I going to find Jaya? She hears this loud noise, heads towards the noise, and she sees robots fighting trees. This is like right out of the movie. Like, I don't know, Robots vs. Trees or something, I don't know. Plants vs. Zombies.
The movie Robots vs. Trees.
Robots vs. Trees.
Coming to a theater near you.
Directed by Ali Antrazi. Yeah. So she's Robots
really
vs.
low
Trees. I guess. It's gonna be a leaf versus like a fork. Yeah. But anyways, she doesn't know what side to take. She's not sure if she's help the trees out or help the robots out.
And notably, it's not that she cares. It's she's like, I want to pick the one that Jai is on.
Yeah. So anyways, she ends up helping the robots, which to push back the trees because the Ents or trees, I don't call them on this plane, seem mindless. And
They're just nature. They're just nature.
right, but they seem a little more mindless this time. So she's helping, and all of a sudden, this robot is talking. You know, she comes to find out that this robot is actually Karn. So she's helping Karn battle the trees away, and Karn tells her, you know, these trees are sent by Multani, who's Yamai's elder, or not elder, avatar. He's like in a half sleep, half lucid state where he's sending these forces of nature to defend Yavimaya while he's sleeping. He's not doing it on purpose, but maybe thinks
it's just
that fights the end or something. Who knows? What he's
doing. It's the nature of the F-biome forest, essentially.
Right. Okay. So, Chandra asks Karn, "Do you know what Jaya is?" And he asks. She says, "I'm looking for someone that has been here for a long time or something that Jaya is looking for."
Sorry, I know what I'm going to say. I just want to. I'll let you finish.
Okay. I don't know. And then and Karn's like, "Well, I haven't been here for a very long time."
It's like, hey, do you know where Jai is? He's like, yes, I'm Karn. All right. I'm looking for someone. He's like, I haven't been here in a very long time. It's like, yep, thanks, buddy. Could you help me with this other thing? He's like, I haven't been here in a very long time. It's like, all right, man. Thank you. Can you please answer my question?
Yeah, and then she hears something and turns around and sees, what's her name, Lucy Ludi?
Mother Ludi.
She's Mother Ludi. He's like, Mother Ludi, what's going on? Mother Ludi, you can't planeswalk. And she's like, she's trying to confused, like, wait a minute. And then Mother Ludi's like, all right, I'd like my goggles back now.
Drop the mic.
Mother Ludi is Jaya Ballard.
Now,
and I just want to say real quick, I am tired of this.
What are you tired of?
Specifically,
break it down.
I'm tired of these endings, like just cliffhanging. Like, oh, here's a new character. Tune in next time to episode Dragon Ball episode 9.
So,
like, come on, man, just give me the story. Stop, because it's like you're reading a book in a chapter. Like, you know what? When you're reading a chapter book,
a chapter book.
You know what you can do?
As opposed to a picture book.
You can turn the page.
You know what also uses this? Television shows. You familiar with those?
God, it's so annoying. I'm over it.
So is what writing is, man.
When 2018, just give me the... Netflix, when they release a new series?
Yeah.
They release all the episodes of that series?
In some countries they don't. Sometimes, some other, like Australia...
I don't care about Australia. I care about now.
Australia listeners, we care about you very much.
We care about you. But... we're in the future. Just give it to me.
We're in the future.
I don't need I
didn't have a problem with it. I thought that was fine. I have a problem with the other parts of the story. It wasn't the end that I had an issue with.
Well, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. You know what? It's time to lay it on thick and uncensored.
Okay. You're uncensored.
These stories suck. Okay? I'm just going to say it. Suck in that because I'm so used to the past stories, and like they're so good. They pull you in. They stir your emotions. Like there's times I almost like wanted to cry. There's times where I felt for Vraska. I felt for Jace. Like there's so much emotion behind these characters, and now it's just like, look, this cool new character, Jaya and Karn, and like we're back on Dominaria. Woo! And it's like, okay, cool, we're back on Dominaria, but like there's nothing here. There's like no passion, there's no emotion, there's no tie to the characters. It's all like just, look, it's Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's, oh cool, let's look at Brad Pitt, but I don't care about Brad Pitt.
Do you think that this is more of an issue of the story they're trying to tell, or the author that's telling the story? Because they have so many characters they're working with. Literally,
yeah.
The point of what they're trying to do is introduce or reintroduce like a ton of characters. How now I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Do you think that
it's probably becoming some, it's not, I'll say it's more characters than the story writer, because The dynamic between Gideon and Liliana, I actually did like. I like that dynamic.
Yeah.
It wasn't like as powerful as past stories, but I mean, there's still something that I knew I saw and felt.
Yeah.
So I did like that. But honestly, I feel like the past storytellers, or the people that
which is Magic's creative team.
Magic's creative team, yeah, they were nailing it. They were crushing this. Like every story was fantastic. Was beautiful. Like I wanted to go and I wanted to read it, and I felt like full, like happy, like absolutely like, man, this is good. This is a good read.
I kind of do you not so. Man, there's so much to unpack in what you're saying. You're right though.
This feels like it feels almost like different. It feels like a book that's not what I'm used to reading. It's so hard to explain. It's
no,
like
so it's. Do you feel like during Ixalan and Amonkhet, where I really think they hit their stride? I think they hit their stride hard in Amonkhet.
Absolutely.
I think that's the best stretch, as I've said before. But like during that time, I looked forward. I was like excited to get to Wednesday because I was like, oh, I want to read the Magic story. Yeah. And now it's like, I gotta read it because I'm in, and we talk about it. And I'm gonna read it because I care.
Yeah. But
it's like I don't enjoy this.
I'm actually going to, and I'm like, I hope this one's good.
Yeah, not like I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, it's not that. It's me hoping that's good. There's 16 episodes?
There's 12. There's 12.
All right, so we're coming up to
this is 8. This is 8. There's 4 more. There's a lot of ground to cover.
There's a lot of ground.
I don't think that they're going to do it all. I think there's going to be a break in the story where we're just not going to. I mean, there has to be. There's no way.
Yeah, because they have to go defeat Bells and Lock.
They gotta defeat Bells and Lock. Jaya's got to get on the Weatherlight. Jace's going to come back. Gideon's got to get the Blackblade. Bowles has got to come and mess with Liliana. Like all of these things have to happen in 4 stories. You kidding me? And we're doing that, and we wasted a story on Teferi fighting a sandstorm.
Yeah.
And we wasted a story on Tiana being sad about like having being an angel that wears overalls. It's a mechanic.
It's not memorable. Like those stories aren't memorable.
Here's the question: What happened this story for?
I have no idea. I don't know because I know what it's called. Like I'm literally clicking.
Yes, big problem. Huge problem. I know we've made fun of this,
but don't do it again.
Never do this again. Stories have a name for a reason.
Oh my god! Like I literally identified a story by like click on them and like, oh, I know that picture.
You've worked so hard. You've worked so hard, Wizards, to make representation for these stories. You have so many iconic characters in these stories at right now, more than any other time. But yet, you're not.
You give them a number.
Name them.
Things have names.
Yeah.
Like
you've worked so hard to have this direction for your narrative.
Yeah.
Why would you not name it? Why stop now? It is maddening. It is absolutely maddening.
Again, Dominaria, amazing set. Everything's great about it. I love it. This is the
worst part. Is the story, which is crazy. I never thought this would happen.
Never. No.
I was like, and that this was the thing. Like, I feel like I was like, they can't. Like, this is like they don't have to try very hard. It's like almost impossible to miss.
Yeah.
Like, how do you miss? You have like 4. You have like 4 beloved characters that are returning.
Yeah.
Karn, Teferi, Joyra, Jaya. Right?
Yeah.
Karn comes back and he's just like, I'm Karn. Here I am.
I mean, I guess I'll find out more about Karn later. But then
we better.
But the thing is like we said, find about Karn, find about Jaya.
You better give me the Karn story if you gave me the Tiana story.
Oh my god, yes.
I swear to God.
Karn is the most interesting one because he's the one that has said he traveled back to the plains to figure out where the oil's dropped, where he dropped the oil, where he's...
You've been gone a very long time. Where you been? You just don't just tell us you've been gone a long time.
Yeah, because I want to see what he's thinking about Mirrodin and Phyrexia. He's let that alone? Like, what's he going to do? He's taking Multani to help him? Like, what's going on there? Like, that's what actually...
Yeah, it's just everything's just like name dropping. The story's just like all just name drops. Like, yeah, Multani, that's cool. Prosh, that's cute. That's a commander card. We got it. Yeah. Kobolds of Kirkeep. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they're not of Kirkeep. That's where Chandra was on Regathas. They're just old kobolds.
Yeah. Kobolds.
Oh no, it's Carol Keep, not Kirkeep.
Oh yeah, different. Right. Yeah, Carol
Keep. Yeah.
Right.
No, that's not confusing.
You're right.
That's not confusing. Anyway, like, I get it, you're name dropping, and you're like, we're on Dominaria. Guess what? You've heard this before. We're on Dominaria. Everyone remember, where are we?
Oh, man, Dominaria.
Dominaria, yeah. Hard to forget.
You know,
I get it, man. I get it, Wizards. But name your stories. One, don't come to me with this return to blah blah blah.
This was
episode blah 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 ever again. Don't come to me with that.
Honestly, that has been the worst by far. Is the name of the stories just not having a name?
Yes. Two, I already know. I think that they already have another like fantasy author lined up for the next story. I don't know if the decision was made because you're like stretching your creative team too thin.
They were great though.
But man, I want to see Michael Yi Chow and Allison Lurs. Like I want stories from them.
They were great.
And if the issue is like there's the voice of the story sounds different because the same person's not writing it. These stories are pretty different. You have all sorts of different characters, and like, there's the direction is all over the place. Not only just from a time spent on each character wise, but like, it's hard for one person. You have to have 15 different voices for characters.
Well, yeah. Also, this person came in without any knowledge of the world of.
Well, I don't think that's true.
Not any, but like not as much. They knew StarCraft and. Yeah,
I don't want to say that. I think they were. Yeah. I think they were appropriately informed.
Okay,
but I don't know. It's
okay.
a disappointment.
Yeah, I won't go into that. But yeah.
I think we're both disappointed.
We are. That's why. I mean, the reason we are voicing our complaints or concerns is because we do love it. We love the story so much, and the reason we're so passionate and heated about it is because. We care about the story. We love the story.
Yeah, legitimately.
Legitimately. And it's so good, and to see something that you love and care about so much, like falter or become weaker. Of course, we're going to get a little heated.
I'm not
like
Teferi. I can't stop it from falling and then stand behind it and catch it. I can't do that. It's just got to fall and just scrape his face up, and it looks bad. I don't want the face scraped up. Okay. I don't want it to have no name. I don't want to be like, oh no, episode 8, you fell on the ground.
Yeah, this is a. It's okay. Live and learn. You know, we all live and learn. That's what we'll do.
I guess. I'm not as annoyed about the cliffhanger ending. I'm excited. Like here's the thing. Like I want to be excited for Jai Balor. I want to be excited for Karn. I want to be excited for Chandra, who kind of left and came back, and like her story arc. And like these characters should mean something. Like we're now dealing with 3 planeswalkers, where before there's a lot of characters that just aren't.
Yeah.
It's a tough sell if you're not working with planeswalkers as your primary focal point of your stories, because we know they only matter so much, right?
Yeah.
Like at the end, they only matter so much.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like Joyra is like one cut above every other character that's not a planeswalker, and then every other character is just like, oh, you're whatever with you.
I'm trying to think which character I care about most right now, and
I do want to point out one thing.
I don't feel one. Like, is there a character like, oh man, I care really about this character, like going on. Like I care about what happens with Liliana, but there's nothing like that. I feel like I'm like, oh man.
So something I noticed in this story.
Yeah.
Chandra does not care at all about Jace.
Not all thought about him.
His name did not come up once, and she talked about every other character multiple times.
Gideon. She talked about Liliana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she talked about him and Liliana in relation to Gideon. Like 2 different times. Talked about Gideon multiple times. Talked about Nissa multiple times. Jace, who is vanished.
Yeah, it doesn't.
She's just like not registering.
Wonder why. That's weird. Good catch. Do you know
there has not been Jace and Chandra, while working towards the same goal, have not historically been like, they haven't like gotten along. Like think about all of the Jace and Chandra arcs previously, and the first time that they met on Zendikar.
Yeah,
they were like when at the Ivugan, like they were not.
Well, they're fighting each other. They help summon. They help release the Eldrazi.
Yeah, but they've not been they've not seen eye to eye.
Oh no. Well, you can tell though. Chandra's like her mind is a bit scrambled with what she's thinking and acting in the story. Like,
but even still, took the time to specifically think about every other member of the Game
except Chandra,
sure. Except for Jace. Except for Jace. So I thought that was an interesting tidbit.
I thought it was
just something to chew on because it's something you can easily miss if you're not looking for it.
Well, this story does have a little good, like if you're reading, and when Ludi catches Chandra stealing the goggles, Chandra goes, I know who Jaya is. And Ludi's about to say, well, you caught me. She's about to explain. Chandra's like, or I know where Jaya is. She's like, she's in Dominaria. And Ludi's like, okay, well, never mind.
All right. Also, how's the time working out for this? Like time frame wise, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was Jaya there in Regatha, and then Dominaria helping the Argivians, and then like all the way in the forest? Like, I don't know. I don't know either. That seems sketchy. Not like there's anything going on. I just think it's bad writing. It just didn't make sense.
How Chandra went to chase Jaya, and then Jaya's already done all her stuff.
But she's done everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless there's something going on.
I don't think there's something going on. I think it's just poorly put together.
Sure. Maybe. Yeah.
Like I think they're just banking on people not thinking about the time.
Do you know? Do you know how Jaya's still alive?
Yeah, she's Planeswalker. She was a Planeswalker before the mending, so her.
She just still like Teferi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Liliana.
Like Liliana had demonic pact. Teferi was like a time bubble.
Well, yeah, but but all the pre-mending walkers are like they still don't age at the same rate.
Okay.
Sorin.
Well, Sorin's a vampire though. I guess Sorin's a vampire.
Look,
they all have like extra like Sorin's a vampire. Karn's a robot. Teferi's a time mage. Also took a time bubble. Jorah's took a time bubble.
Nahiri?
I'm not hearing you.
What do you mean?
I'm asking.
She's a pre-mending walker.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, pre-mending walkers just don't age the same.
Okay.
I mean, Teferi's old right now. Like, Teferi looks like an old man.
Right,
just like Jaya does.
Yeah, but he's not as bad as Jaya, though. Because he's...
I think he does.
That doesn't matter. This is semantics.
Look at Syncopate art.
This is semantics.
Yeah, semantics. Anyway, let me move on for this week.
Yeah. We'll do this again. We won't rant like this again.
I will not promise that.
We're done. You want to promise that?
I can't promise it. We can try not to. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well,
you're telling me if they're like, and now a look into the life of the tree folk that fought the automaton. You're gonna be like, yeah, this is great. We're just gonna just do this is the thing that you were doing earlier.
Well, I mean, things like people need time to correct or time to change, you know. And obviously, like this story and next stories I imagine are already written. I imagine the next story's already written.
I think the whole arc is written.
No, not story. I mean, like the next set story, whatever it is, already written. It's already written. It's already locked in stone.
Yeah, I think that's already done.
Yeah. Further on, yeah. But one thing that I didn't want to do was go back and read and see where Ludi, what she said in the past, to see if Jaya.
A lot of people suspected that was the case.
Okay, cool.
That Mother Ludi was Jaya.
Okay. Well,
but
cool.
So, hey, hats off if you figured it out. So, I think we're done here for today. All right. So, one more segment. We're going to talk about Infinity War. And Ollie and I have both seen this movie, obviously. We're going to throw up spoilers pretty early into it. We're going to probably talk about it non-spoiler for like a minute or two, but...
Maybe. It's
a minute or two.
Yeah.
So, this is your time to not listen and then skip to the end.
Yeah, to either... Yeah. Yep.
So, we're going to give you one more warning. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Infinity War.
Infinity Wars!
So, before we get into spoilers, I just want to try to do at least a little recap of the movie. As far as how
God.
how I felt about it.
Sure.
How I felt about it. So the movie is long, but it's fast paced.
It didn't feel like as long as it was like 3
no,
hours.
it never drags. It's almost 3 hours. It does not feel like it. It is. It moves. It moves quickly, and you are entertained the whole time.
Yeah, I want to say real quick.
Yeah.
I've watched plenty of action movies where you go there for the action. Like, you're not expecting a story. Like, it's action. Like, what do you expect? This one is like one of the first movies I've actually gone to see that had action and kept you entertained because of the story. Like, it was just like action, story, action, story, action. Like,
and they don't miss a beat.
No, it's
they don't
great.
miss a beat.
Like you said, never drags. It's always like entertaining, always going.
Yeah. The team ups are great. Obviously, if you care about this section at all, you know all of the characters in this movie.
Yeah.
When they interact, it does not disappoint, ever. This, in my opinion, this is actually a film that lives up to the massive hype that it has garnered.
I was disappointed by one person, but
we'll get to that in spoilers. So just to clarify, I'm going to go ahead and, because there's going to be no surprise once we get to it in spoilers, but Ollie, for you, wifey tier, meatloaf tier, or poo-poo tier?
No, absolutely wifey tier.
Wifey easily.
Yeah, easily.
For both of us. So
this is my favorite Marvel movie.
It's great. Go see this movie. Okay. Spoiler warning. Okay, that's your spoiler warning. All right. Wherever you want to start.
I mean, where do I start?
Where do you start?
All right, I'll start in the.
You just
wherever I start.
You just start talking. We'll go. We'll fill up time.
Okay, I have.
There's no issue.
Sure. I liked a lot of this movie, but one thing that got on my nerves was Doctor Strange a little bit. Doctor Strange.
Why?
Because I love him. I love his character. I love who he is. I love his powers. And when he was fighting, he just never used the freaking time gem. He used it one time to cross his legs and do the whole exorcist. Possessed. I see 20,000 million billion outcomes.
14 million.
Whatever.
He even said it.
A lot. And all those. One. Not two. One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he was using the knowledge that he knew where he couldn't use the time stone to fight Thanos.
But he did the time thing at the very end. Like, in between fighting him, he just never used it.
He did that before they fought him.
Maybe you're right.
He had to have.
But he never used it.
No, he didn't. Dude, he literally said, he's like, because Tony Stark asked, he's like, how many scenarios do we win? And he's like, 1. Now, if he knows that he's not, he can't use it.
Well, he's probably doing the outline that
gives it the best chance
to go down that path.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Thanos even specifically said, he's like, you fought me and you never used your greatest weapon. The Time Stone.
Right.
He specifically called that out.
Yeah.
So there's a reason. There's a reason.
Why am I going to use it?
We'll find out. So good news. The next part to this story, which is the next Avengers movie, is coming out a year from now. Not 2 years, 1 calendar year.
Still a long time, but that's much better than 2 years.
It's a long time, but it's way better than 2 years.
2 years is just too much, I think.
It's real long.
Yeah,
it's real long.
1 year's pushing it too, but yeah.
So
between now and then, we have to catch up on basically what everyone's going crazy about is Captain Marvel.
Yeah, so if you stayed for the stinger at the end, Captain Marvel is the little logo that Nick Fury, before he dusted away. The Captain Marvel solo movie comes out in March. We'll find out a lot more about Captain Marvel then, where she is, what she's up to. From what I know, that movie is taking place in the 90s, so it's not current.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if all of it's not current, but the bulk of the movie is taking place in a previous time period.
Right.
So, two of the things that I really want to point out for this movie is, one, I loved that. So, it made it seem like going in, they had 20 main characters, right? Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Spider-Man, all the Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, all of these characters, right?
Yeah.
There's one main character, Thanos. Thanos is the main character of this movie.
Yeah.
He's in the most scenes. The story is being told from his perspective.
Yeah.
You're actually following Thanos in the movie, which is awesome. It was a brilliant decision for the Russo brothers who directed this film to do it in that way, because he is the main character of this story. Like we've been taught to root for the heroes because the last 10 years of these Marvel movies, this is like all the Iron Man series, the Captain America series, all the Guardian stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Also, I'm glad it did this way because Thanos was shrouded in mystery for so long. Like, we knew Thanos was there. He said 3 words, 4 words, whatever. Yeah. And then actually getting this whole movie about Thanos.
And you get like all of his backstory. Yeah. But it's not like shoehorned in. It's like done in appropriate times.
Yeah. You don't get all of it. You get the vast majority of it.
You get a lot of it. Yeah, you don't get all of it. You don't get all of it. But you do, and especially through other characters, because we've heard about Thanos from
his daughters,
from a lot of the Guardians. Yeah. Really more the cosmic characters.
Yeah.
But it was really nice because it's like the protagonist of the movie is Thanos. He's not the hero.
No.
But he's the main character. He's the main character, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I like you learned where he got where he got the gauntlet crafted.
Yep.
By the dwarf. It's crazy too because he got the dwarf to craft it. Yeah. He's like, okay, your reward is living.
You live.
I'm gonna kill everybody else, and he actually thinks this is good because in his head he's like, okay, everyone's dead. Now you get all the tools, you get all the food, you get all the. There's nothing to fight over. You can get whatever you want because no one's here. Like this is yours.
Resources. All the resources are yours.
Yeah, this is all yours. Like he thinks he's like, because from the way it was portrayed here was his home planet.
Titan.
Yeah, needed resources, and they were
over encumbered by people.
Yes, and he had voted, or he suggested that, hey, we should kill half the population
randomly.
The rich, the poor, just randomly.
Even if it's me, whoever.
Yeah, randomly. And they of course did not do that, and they didn't do that, and then your Titan got
just basically resource depleted, broke out in the Civil War.
Yeah, and that was it. Destroyed.
Man, Thanos is a great character in this movie because he's a bad dude. Like what I'm getting ready to say is going to make it seem like I don't think Thanos is a bad guy. He absolutely is. He's a monster. He's a mass murderer.
Yeah,
just straight up. Like I don't want to get.
But you understand where he's coming from. Like he's traumatized. He's literally traumatized by what happened.
Yes and no. He is, but he's completely egotistical and narcissistic because he's like, I have the burden to make this right. Oh, no one else believes that this is but I know this is what needs to be done, and no one else is willing to take the steps. And I'm making all of these sacrifices, these personal sacrifices to do this, where no one else is willing to. Yeah. He believes that, but that's only because he's full of himself, more than like Loki.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, the thing is, in this story, and we'll talk about this story compared to maybe the story this is derived from in the comics.
Definitely should.
But in this story, Thanos legit believes that.
Yeah.
He very rarely gets upset in this movie.
The biggest time is when he is getting the soul gem. I think.
That's like legitimate sadness. He can't get it unless that's true. Right?
Yeah.
But what I mean is, like, even in times when people are trying to kill him, it's like no big deal. Like
I think he understands where they're coming from.
He does,
but he's like, I'm so much above them.
And he's like, I know you guys are going to try to stop me.
Like
I get it.
It's obvious. I understand.
Yeah,
but
I'm going to stop you because I'm doing what's right. But I just want you to know that I get it. And because he's even like, there's characters that he admires.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he'll say that. He'll say that he's like
just out loud.
He's like the big adult that goes to the gym every day, playing with like 5-year-olds. And, like they think they're actually have a chance or shot. He's just like, I like you, kid. You have spunk.
5-year-olds think they've got a shot? Where you go to the gym?
No,
you got 5-year-olds just like
no. I'm saying Thanos, the person that's like a bodybuilder. He's fighting 5-year-olds.
Jesus Christ.
That's what it's like. They're like insects. He's
Okay, so yes.
He sees them as like nothing.
Yeah,
because they are nothing to him.
But that's why, like, because when his interactions with a few characters, with Peter Quill, he's like, you, I like you.
Yeah,
I like you, and he means it. He's not just like saying that. He's like, yeah, I like you. And when he's talking to Tony Stark, admires Tony Stark a lot.
Yeah.
Even though he understands, he's like,
yeah. Who says he calls him out. And he's like, you know who I am.
He's like, I know who you are. Yeah, and he's like,
hopefully the world remembers you.
I hope the world remembers you, and he means it. He's not saying that to like, because he's like, I'm killing you now, so I hope when you're dead, people remember you. It's like, no, legitimately, like, you're a meaningful person. So when you're dead, because there's a 50-50 shot, then I hope people remember.
Yeah,
I hope the rest of the people remember you.
Yeah.
But it's the team ups are great, all of them. Did you have a favorite group?
You talk about it first.
Okay. So my favorite group was Tony Stark, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man's my favorite character, just straight up.
He's a comic relief.
He's so great. This is the best representation of Spider-Man ever. I love it.
Yeah.
This is literally this movie, and the fact these movies this is literally my childhood dream. I can't express that enough.
Yeah.
I would never have believed you when I read comics, Marvel comics specifically. That was the only comics that I read from 1990. That's literally as I was learning to read. I read comic books.
Yeah.
In my free time.
Yeah.
Till 2005, 2006, right? And never, even at that point, because even I thought when the X-Men movies came out at the turn of the century and Spider-Man movies, oh my god, these are great. They're not good for the most part.
Yeah.
Some of them are okay, but they're
no. Now they're Disney.
These are good. These are legit good movies.
These are made by
and this is crazy. These are the stories that I grew up reading.
Yeah.
And it's just this is the greatest thing ever.
It's crazy.
And it lived up. They.
My favorite
I don't know. It's crazy.
My favorite part was where have you seen Alien?
Hey, that really old movie, Alien.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, because he's because they're fighting. I can't remember the bad guy's name, but he has all these daggers around Doctor Strange.
It's I don't remember their names. So it's the Black Order of Thanos, which they made look awesome. They're that's exactly what they look like in the comics, identical. They nailed them all.
Well, they're all very powerful.
Yeah, they're all badasses.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. Maul. I think it's Eben Maul. I think is that character's name is Eben Maul. Anyway,
but he's basically saying you have no chance. I have Doctor Strange.
He's like a sorcerer.
Yeah,
basically.
He's Doctor Strange trained you have a chance.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
And, well, luckily, my Spider-Man
the kid's seen more movies.
Yeah. It was great. And he shoots a hole in the ship. The guy flies out. Yeah, it's great.
The interactions. I'm going to see every movie that Chris Pratt's in forever. I've decided. Before that, I love Chris Pratt, the guy who plays Peter Quill, Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And every interaction he had is just gold.
Man, the part where
all of the ones with Thor, with the rest of the Guardians, when he's talking to Peter Parker, or Tony Stark, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He
was going to kill Gamora.
So good.
He also was going to. He promised Gamora. Usually you think, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. This is the part where he doesn't do it because he loves her.
Yeah.
But he actually was going to
pull the
kill
trigger.
Her. Yeah, but he
bubbles.
Yeah, turned it. Yeah, and then this part just makes me a little upset because the glove was finally coming off. The gauntlet was finally coming off, and he just loses his mind.
Do you think it would have came off? Do you think they actually would have got it off?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just saying that it was literally coming off. It was literally coming off.
It was actually off. He grabbed it by the edge.
Yeah. So it's crazy. I don't know. It was crazy.
It's the heroes lost because they could not make sacrifices. Thanos was willing to make sacrifices willingly as many as he needed to.
Iron Man wasn't. Iron Man was not willing to swallow his pride.
No, the heroes could not make any sacrifices. That's the thing. Like, here's the thing: if you kill Vision way sooner,
you're right.
Problem one solved.
You're right.
Get rid of the time stone. Doctor Strange refused to do it.
Yeah.
Problem 2 solved. Gamora, she kind of did her part, but not really. If she had just been like, "You have to kill me. I know where it is," another problem solved.
Or she killed herself. She kept telling people,
"Yeah, she could have just done that." Yeah,
I'm saying that. I know.
Yeah, it's not like we're not
saying that like easily, but
of course. But in the situation, like, that's why.
Yeah.
No, like the heroes could not make sacrifices when they needed to the most, and then finally at the end, Scarlet Witch does, but it's too late.
Yeah, but that was their slogan. We don't trade heroes. They kept saying we don't trade heroes. We don't trade heroes for heroes or something like that. It was kind of saying where they say that we don't trade heroes for heroes.
We don't trade lives.
Don't trade lives. Yeah. That's what it was. The hero saying was we don't trade lives. Then it was like
sacrifices have to be made. You don't understand that, but I do.
Yeah.
I will take this burden and make any sacrifice I need to.
Oh man, can you imagine Scarlet Witch literally kills Vision?
She does. Oh my god.
And then
can you imagine?
I can't imagine. I can't.
She does it, and then it's like, let's back up. But you're gonna remember you killed him.
Well, it's undone, and then he dies again in like
a more brutal way.
Yeah.
Maybe. Either way.
No, definitely more brutal because like we're probably his head compared to your lover like killing you as softly as possible. Like
which one's more brutal?
I'm saying, like,
the woman that you love killing you.
That's less brutal.
Oh no, it's not.
It's
literally
for
killing
him. For Vision, it's less brutal for Vision.
I don't think so because there's an emotional component to it also. I totally disagree.
Being brought back to life and then knowing what happened, like then getting your
yeah, I think the first one's still more brutal.
I don't think so.
I think there's an emotional component too. Either way.
Yeah.
Here's what really makes sacrifices. Thanos was.
Yeah.
But Thanos wins in the end.
He killed Gamora.
He did kill Gamora.
It's like I love you, daughter.
That's great. I liked the that was the only thing that surprised me.
Just threw off the cliff.
Because this is a comic arc that I read like long ago. Because it was the Infinity Gauntlet arc. But the Red Skull was kind of the keeper behind the Soul Stone. Because it's like that they never close that off. Like where's Red Skull? Like from Captain America: The First Adventure. It's like all right, they answered the question. Fair enough.
Soul Stone.
The Soul Stone. Yeah. I don't know what I said. Yeah, the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
But okay, so speaking of the Soul Stone, they didn't. Now I know the answer to this. You probably know the answer to this. But every other Infinity Stone has like a full movie where they tell the story and like they show what the powers of the stone's able to do.
Yeah.
They don't exactly tell us a lot about the Soul Stone.
No.
Now, I guess this is a spoiler warning for the movie a year from now.
Maybe.
I mean, this is definitely a spoiler.
Okay.
This is what it does. So if you don't want to know, earmuffs for 10 seconds.
I think they want to know.
All right. So here's the end are not dead. They're captured in the Soul Stone. They're all in the Soul Stone. It literally contains souls.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
And those souls can be manipulated in different ways.
Yeah. Used the Soul Stone is a lot like the Ring in Lord of the Rings or the Horcrux in Harry Potter. It's kind of a corrupting force because it is you literally have the like souls in it that have died, like people have died. So
it's also the only one that seems to have a mind of its own.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It does. It does. Because it's a corrupting force essentially.
Yeah.
It's all consuming.
Yeah, and it does that by having you sacrifice the thing you love most so that you can get like.
It literally demands a sacrifice. The other stones you can just grab them.
Yeah, this one actually has a mind almost behind itself. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, all the other stones do require something for you to wield them, but it's like it's not as demanding as the Soul Stone is.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you or I, if we were, in the cinematic universe, we couldn't, like, grab the Power Stone because we would explode.
Oh,
You see that in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not the same for all the rest of the stones, but that one specifically, you have to have someone that is, like, physically capable of wielding it.
Yeah, like,
The same
almost like God.
Same with the Mind Stone. If you're not mentally capable of wielding it, that would kill you too.
Yeah.
So it's the same. They all require something, but the Soul Stone is very specific.
Well, the time stone didn't seem mean anything.
No, they're not yet. So it's all.
It depends, I guess.
I don't know. It's
one thing.
They played a little fast and loose with the stones, but it's fine. We got to this point.
It was 3 hours long. Whatever. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to hit on is there was no death. There was no death, and
capital D.
Capital D. Capital D.
So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, in the Infinity Gauntlet series, and this is a comic book arc, like a crossover event from the early '90s. I guess I'll let you explain.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so the reason that Thanos wants to kill half of the population is not because he is doing this as like taking the burden on him to take the balance out of the universe.
No.
He actually is obsessed with another character called Death.
He is literally infatuated in love with.
Yes. And Death, capital D, is the embodiment of Death, lowercase d. So he wants to impress her.
Appease her. Yeah, basically impress her.
And to impress her, literally impress her, because he
she seems like she has a lot of work or whatever. She seems like she has to do a lot of work or like big load, and to impress her,
he's like, I'm gonna kill as many beings as I can at one time to impress her.
Well, he wants to kill half.
Yeah, but that's what. But just to say, like, there's this equal balance between life and death, and this is how important death is to me. So I'm gonna kill half of all life.
Yes, and
that's literally. I'm not exaggerating. That is literally the entire reason
why
for him wanting to do this.
To impress a girl.
TLDR. Yeah.
Yeah, to impress a girl for a girl.
Yep.
But he does this. He does it in the comics, and that does like, okay. Like she's like,
and then at the end she's just like, yeah, so that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, doesn't care.
Yeah.
But then like there's another arc too where it's very all over the ending. The ending of this story, we see Thanos in like a planet area or somewhere where there's like a bunch of flowers and gardens and like almost like a farm.
Watching the sunset rise is what he said he wanted to do.
Yeah. In one of the comic book endings. Thanos has realized what he's done, like how bad he messed up, or whatever, and he essentially goes back and becomes content, being like almost like a farmer type person. And this kind of reminded me of that, and I was like, I wonder if this is like a not a flashback, but a flash forward, like showing the ending of.
No, I think it was immediate. Yeah. I think it was immediately after.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But like I'm saying, like that kind of hit my head.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite? What was your favorite part, and what was your least favorite part?
Favorite part was just seeing Doctor Strange, like seeing Doctor Strange fight or do his thing, or I just like Doctor Strange a lot. Yeah. Least favorite part was the same thing because he fought he the way he, I don't know. I was expecting more from him and from his character, and didn't live up to the hype for me.
Okay.
So it's hard. I know it's kind of like almost like cheating, but like I wanted to see him use the Mystic Arts more. I wanted to see like. I don't know.
He's not the main character, man.
I know. That's true.
Favorite part for me was. I think my favorite character. Oh. Go ahead. Go.
All the best interactions though were with Spider-Man, where Spider-Man's introducing to himself to Doctor Strange. Like Peter Parker, he's like, I'm Doctor Stephen Strange, and he's like, we're using our made-up name. In that case, I'm Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man had the best interactions throughout the whole movie.
He's so pure. He's so freaking adorable. Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man ever.
Oh yeah, even as his buddy was like, hey. Make a scene. He's like, oh my god, we're all gonna die! Yeah, like just the Spider-Man scenes were hilarious, for sure.
Yeah. He's just great. And then like, oh my gosh, what movie were him and Peter Quill talking about when they met up? Because like after he made like Tony Stark's like, no pop culture references from you for the rest of the trip.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh my gosh, he's talking to Peter Quill.
They're agreeing.
And he's like, you're from Earth. He's like, he's like
Footloose.
Drax is like, tell him about the dance off. And then Peter Parker's like, from Footloose? He's like, you know Footloose? He's like, yeah, I know Footloose. And then Peter Quill's like, is it still the best movie? He's like, it was never the best movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's tough to narrow it. I know I asked you to make your favorite part. I don't know what my favorite part is. I guess I'll pick one.
I picked one I really liked.
My favorite line in the movie. This movie was also really funny.
It was funny.
It's funny. Really funny.
Yeah.
And it's like, which is crazy because there's like a lot of bad stuff going on.
Tangent. We said Thanos, sacrificed a lot. You know who else sacrificed a lot?
Pepper Potts.
No.
Yes, she did.
Who's Pepper Potts?
Tony Stark's wife now. Now wife.
Oh no, Thor, man. Thor saw his brother die. And at that point, he was just like he kept sacrificing. Like
when he's talking with Rocket Raccoon, Rocket's like, yeah, it's rough. The rabbit. The rabbit. He's just like, well, yeah, my brother died. My sister, she's like, first my dad died. Then my sister came back. She tried to kill me, so I had to kill her.
Stick my eye.
Yeah, stick my eye. And then my brother, he's kind of a jerk, but then he tried to save me, and then he died.
Yeah.
So I really don't have anything left.
Yeah. He's like, all right.
I think Thor was my favorite character in this movie. All of his this movie's great all around, but
yeah.
He was as entertaining as he was in Thor Ragnarok, which I was concerned that they weren't going to be able to keep up, but they did. And he is a badass, total badass. He was the only one. He was the only one with a legit plan.
Oh yeah,
the only one. He's just like, and he was just like, as soon as he woke up, he's like, let me get my wits about me. Okay, here's what we're doing.
Yeah,
I'm going to take the rabbit in the tree, and we're going to go, and we're going to make this axe, and this is how I'm going to kill Thanos.
And that's what he
does. And then he almost does it.
Yeah,
literally almost does it.
A little late.
If he hits it, well, Thanos said, should have gone for my head.
Yeah,
probably would have killed him if he gone for his head.
Should have cut my head. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But then he does a snap though.
The snap across time,
whatever it is.
Time and space.
Yeah.
Least favorite part was when Spider-Man
passed away.
Yeah, when he dusted. So obviously, I knew. Now, I knew half of the characters were going. Like I knew just straight up like half were gone.
Yeah.
I didn't know which ones. I had no clue.
Yeah.
Which ones were going to be gone? Which ones were going to stay? Like literally, that was pretty much just a toss up. And I was like, please let Spider-Man stay. Please let Spider-Man stay. And then when he's like,
it made for a good ending though. Not gonna lie.
Oh God, that was the. Oh my gosh.
Well, because he didn't want to die. He literally said, "Save me." He's like a child.
He was like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Oh my God.
You know what the worst part is? And a lot of people, I've said this to everybody.
He's like a kid.
No, that's not the worst part.
What's the worst part?
He knew well before everybody else because of his spider sense. So he knew he was
coming.
He knew he was going to die.
That's why I didn't want him to die.
Everybody else, like it hit them like right as it was happening. For him, he knew he was like.
That's why I think I'm going to die.
I'm going to die. Yeah,
I don't want to die. Yeah.
And it was just like, God, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was sad.
And I know that we're going to see all of these. Well, all the characters that dusted away, we're going to see again. They're going to be back.
It's still though.
But
like,
man,
just seeing him fight. I have a child. Reminded me of like a child. He's like, I don't want to die. I don't want to go. I don't want to die. He's like really saying that, and he's going to die.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck. It's like, dang.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's tough.
It's deep. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was the part that got me the most. Because like everyone, like I knew everyone was going, but then like the Spider-Man part was just.
Also, Hulk's a baby. Tangent.
Well, we already knew that. That's not new. Well, no. Okay, so here's how Hulk works. Okay, So, so the Hulk. When Bruce Banner became the Hulk for the first time, the Hulk exists, as far as his brain works, right?
Yeah.
For as long as he's been the Hulk. So Bruce Banner. So how old are you?
31.
31. You've been you for 31 years.
Hulk's only like 3 years old.
Like 4 now, yeah.
Yeah.
Because think about before at the end of Avengers 2, where he got sent off in the Quinjet and ended up on the planet.
Yeah.
Bruce Banner had probably been the Hulk since he got hit with the gamma rays and became the Hulk. He's probably been the Hulk for like maybe maximum of a year total.
Yeah.
And that's really stretching it.
Yeah.
But then when he got put in the Quinjet, so every time that he's the Hulk, that's added on Hulk's life. So for all the rest of the time before Thor Ragnarok, we've seen the Hulk. Hulk is like a 1-year-old or less, right? So it's going to act like it. But now Hulk has been Hulk for years, so now Hulk's like a 4-year-old, a defiant 4-year-old. So unlike a baby, he's not a baby anymore. Now he's like getting out of a toddler, and he's like 4. He's like 3 or 4.
Sure.
So he's defiant. Because like with a baby, to make it upset, you could just you could scare it, or you could do this a few times and it's gonna cry, and then that's when the Hulk comes out.
Yeah.
But now it's now you're like, come out. It's like no. It's just defiant 4-year-old, and that's exactly what the Hulk is.
Because I'm surprised he was defeated. Like from what I know of the Hulk is, the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets, and like the cap is like there's no cap for the Hulk's power, right, or strength.
Yeah, but Thanos had the
general power,
the power stone. Yeah,
right.
He would not have beat him without that.
Right, but even still, like in my mind, it was like the Hulk can like almost never be beaten because like. Well, he gets more mad, more mad.
You're right, but that's why Heimdall, before he died, literally left Thor and is like, I need to get Hulk out of here. This is our best shot.
Who is this?
Heimdall.
What is Heimdall?
The guy with like the golden eyes that
teleports yes.
He literally was like, I gotta get Hulk out of here.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I remember that, yeah. He's like, you should have done that. They killed him.
Yeah.
Not Thor. Thanos said you should have done that and killed him.
Yeah, because, Thanos also knew that, like,
Hulk's the best
this
shot.
guy's going to be a problem, ultimately.
Yeah. But he didn't want to come out. He was like, nope, not coming out.
Yeah.
Come on, Hulk, we need you.
I'm really excited. So I'm excited about the next one because we have, like, 8 or 9 heroes left, but I also know we're going to get Captain Marvel that's going to help. I imagine that we're probably going to get Hawkeye and Ant-Man out of retirement.
Sure.
And they're going to come help. So you're going to have this, like, kind of this smaller team, but not really because they're going to be more organized. Yeah. Because everyone was, like, all over the place. Well, I was going to say you have, like, 10 people now, but 2 of them are on Titan. Nebula and Tony Stark are... Yeah. They got to figure something out.
Yeah,
they're both very resourceful, so I'm sure they can... something will happen. But
I just hope, though, please don't let... Like, I know they won't. Marvel's smart. But don't let it be like Superman. Don't let Captain Marvel be like Superman, where it just takes over the show. Like,
I don't
want that.
It will. I mean, Captain Marvel is a Superman-esque character for Marvel, but not to the extremes of what Superman is.
Right, but if you guys watch Justice League, or whatever, you guys saw how insane Superman was compared to.
I don't want to. I'm having a good time today.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's not talk about Superman.
You're right. All I'm saying is, I get it. Captain Marvel's gonna be strong and powerful. Don't forget everybody else.
That's true. And I don't think
they haven't.
I trust Marvel. They've earned my trust. They're not gonna mess them up.
Absolutely.
After this one, there's like a 0% chance they're gonna mess the next one up.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Anything else on Infinity War? We could talk about this movie for hours.
Do you have the time, Jim? Can we fast forward 1 year?
I do not. Thanos has it.
Okay, well.
Would you not watch? He's got it.
Well, I guess we gotta wait 1 year.
I've looked. Hold on. I've looked in our alternate realities, and in 100% of them, we're going to talk about the next movie a year from now. So you're also going to have to wait.
I know. Well, if I did that, I'd get a headache. So
okay. All right.
Look. I'll trust you.
Okay. All right. So that's the show for this week, guys. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, question of the week. So the question of the week this week, Ali.
Wait, we're going to start it off with the...
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
We have to sing together, right?
No, you usually go in and I go in afterwards.
Hold the line. Dun, 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 dun. Love isn't always on time. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I thought you were going to do the question of the week thing. Question of the week! I was going to do that. You actually sang. I wasn't prepared.
You
caught me off guard.
Okay, well. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart.
Okay.
All right.
I think I'm going to not sing on anymore because I'm not good at it.
No,
I don't think people like it.
People love it.
I don't think they
People
do.
want this.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. Tell us, do you like us singing or should we stop completely?
No.
If you guys don't tell Justin he keeps singing, he's going to stop. So make sure you tweet at him and tell him.
100% going to stop.
Tell him to keep singing.
Okay, question of the week. Last week, in Standard, blue-white was the dominant archetype.
Yes, it was.
Blue-white control specifically. By the time we get to Pro Tour Dominaria, about a month away,
yes, will
blue-white be the best deck?
I am going to say no. And
okay.
my reasoning is because it's very rare, the breakout deck of the tournament, even though it's kind of crazy that usually aggressive decks win week one.
Yeah.
That the control actually won. I still don't think. I think people will adapt. People will realize that, hey, we still have duress. We still have good black, like you said earlier, good black cards to fight.
Sure, that's true.
The blue white nemesis. I think it will be a tier 1 deck, but I do not think it will be the best deck. I think we might curve back around to the Scarab God. Maybe people are shelving Scarab God because they're tired of Scarab God. But you know what? Scarab God doesn't have to get sealed away. He doesn't have to attack.
No, it doesn't.
So he costs the same amount as Teferi, sure, but you know which one? But one plays better with Wrath. That's the Scarab God because
you play him and activate his ability.
Yeah, or block or whatever. So yeah.
Okay. So you use your argument against me. That's fair. Use my argument against me. That's fair. About black cards, yeah.
Oh, that's true though. It's true.
I'm going to use yours against you. I'm going to say blue-white will be the best deck.
There's 3 of them.
You outlined 3 blue-white decks, but I don't think by the time we get to the Pro Tour there's going to be 3. And there's going to be 1.
One really good one.
There's way too many tools. Blue-white has too many tools. It can morph into whatever it needs to be, and by the time we get to the Pro Tour, there will be 1 blue-white deck, and it will be the dominant force. It will be the best deck. It's going to be the deck to beat going into that tournament. Period.
All right, we'll see.
It has too many tools.
Man,
There's too many different ways to build it. Too many ways that it can fight all of these other decks that are going to come to try to knock it off.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't think you're right, but I hope you're right. I would love to see Wafo versus Kenji or Yellow Hat. Nassif in a control mirror. I'd love to see that because those games are like
the literal masters.
Masters of control playing control mirror matches, which would be insane to watch.
Yeah,
and not like where one's playing like 2 Search for Condas and 4 Field of Ruin. The guy's 1 Field of Ruin and 1 Search. No, I want like equal powerhouse control decks going at each other with the greatest minds. That's what I want to watch.
I don't like watching that when it's like 2 dudes that bought these cards at their local store, but it's different when it's the best that's ever played.
Oh man, you see some
it's crazy
stuff.
It's real crazy.
The mind games and the sideboarding and it's fantastic.
Okay, so let us know on Twitter at ThinkTwiceMTG on Twitter. You can also let us know at Ollie Eldrazi on Twitter or at JParnell1 on Twitter. Ollie, where else can people find you other than Twitter?
GatherMagic.com. I had an article go up. My articles always go up Friday. They're usually brews or decks that I'm tinkering with. You can always check them out. Check me out at GatherMagic.com for articles. Also, twitch.tv/Ollie Eldrazi. If you haven't followed, make sure you follow. I've been delving more into Magic Arena. MTG Arena more so than anything else. I've kind of put Hex on the hanging for a while. I'm having a blast playing in MTG Arena. So if you want to watch some MTG Arena, make sure you follow twitch.tv/Ollie Eldrazi.
It's also fun to go back and look at your set reviews like a month out, just to see like kind of where you landed on everything.
I nailed it.
Yeah, but I want them to go look so they can see that.
Oh, I go back and look at the star review. There you go.
So other than Twitter, jparnell1, you can find me on StarCityGames.com and YouTube. I host the Commander Versus series every Wednesday, 11 a.m. You guys probably know where to find me for that. For the show, you can find us on a variety of platforms. We're Thinktwice MTG on all of the following: SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, now Stitcher by popular demand. We would love if you left us a review on any of these platforms. That's the thing that really helps our visibility get up, as we said at the top of the show. So if you have the time to do that and you're feeling very nice, I would love for you to leave us a review. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's just a couple minutes of your time, and it really helps us an insurmountable amount. Outside of that, if you want to contact the show, you can do so on Twitter, as we said, ThinktwiceMTG, or you can do so on Gmail, thinktwicemtg@gmail.com, if you want to shoot us a little personal line. You can also find us streaming, either myself and Ollie, on twitch.tv/thinktwicemtg. We're still getting our schedule down, but it's between 2 and 3 times a week is what it seems like. That's what we're aiming for, yeah. And you can also support us on patreon.com/thinktwicemtg. We're actually going to be changing some of our Patreon stuff starting with this episode that we're filming. So you guys will see that if you're Patreon supporters going into the following week. But we'll kind of make sure that we post all of the changes on there. We're not going to spend, because it would take us a while to go over all the different changes that we're going to do.
Well, we also need to hash them out. We will go over them though. I bet we'll go over them later.
We'll go over them, but
not right now.
Not right now. We want to kind of get them down so you guys can see them first, and then as people have questions, we're happy to answer them.
Of course.
But patreon.com/thinktwicemtg. Nothing that's it's all just good stuff. We're kind of just adding stuff and getting things that you guys have asked for to make sure that we hit all the different notes that you're wanting.
Yeah.
We also have another Patreon supporter we want to give a shout out to, Max M. Thank you for your support this week,
Max.
We also want to give a shout out to our graphic designer, Amber West. AmberWestDesigns.com is where you can find her portfolio of work, and of course our director and producer, John Che, who is probably very frustrated at us for the hour that we're getting him this show. But here we are, and here he is. We also want to thank our Agent of Bolus producers, Josh Lyons and Daniel Hunt. Thank you guys so much for your support.
Best supporters, all possible futures.
All possible futures. All right. But that's it. That's it for this week. We hope you guys join us next week. Thank you very much for joining us this week. Hopefully this 2-man setup is worked out.
And then, so good night, America. Hopefully we'll come back next week.
Also, international. Everyone else.
Or America. We'll come back next week, defeating Baltimore.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll be better than last time. That's what I want.
Yeah.
All right.
Return to the scene of the crime. I just want to get a little bit better. Just two spots.
2 spots.
That's not much.
No, that's not
asking
much.
for much. Not asking for much.
All right. So before we go, Justin, I always want to give you a hug. I can't. I'm going to give you a hug now.
Oh, all right.
Oh. All right. Good night, guys. Good morning. Good afternoon.
And then good night. I think you said that fast.
No, good night.
All right. Good night, guys.
Bye.